And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Well, it is time for a rare event, something I've never done before, and a video type that I rarely do, and that is a time lapse. So one of the things I want to do is time lapse the growing of this hive, and I'm going to use my refined resin to feed it. So I'm going to feed it to itself, and I'm not going to process. As you can see, all these batteries are down; they're all depleted. Excuse me. And I upgraded these batteries, or this distribution system, to use conduits. So when I do hook it back up again, it's able to use conduits, because conduits work through blocks. A conduit will be able to beam power down here without right through any resin that's growing. To feed it, I have over here a set of 4 5,000 slot hoppers. So that's 20,000 elements that I'm going to feed this thing. And I'm going to perch myself up on the wall up there and just record it with as little movement as possible. So once it's grown up and out, I'll relocate myself, and then continue it until it is all grown, and then I will speed that up in the post, and hopefully it won't take too long for this thing to grow maximum size. So let's see. When we kick this off here, I won't do any commentary because it'll sound like Mickey Mouse when it finally does come through. So I'll probably just overlay some music or something over it. But anyway, let's kick it off. let's see how we are doing. How many have we processed out of the 20,000 that I put in there? Look at that hive. We are mere, like, maybe 15 blocks, 10 blocks from the top of the farm. Look at this. It is just solid resin down here. And I can't even get over to where those things are actually... Yeah, I can't even get over there. Let's see if I can kind of sneak by on this side. Well, it didn't punch through over here. Oh, okay. It did punch through over here. I didn't block that off properly. I'm gonna rotate this around. This didn't even take out. It's not even 5,000 worth. All that growth, it's not even 5,000 worth. Oh, that just spit me right off the edge. So that growth that I've got there wasn't even one hopper's worth. I don't know, how long should this time lapse be? Should I engage the mining of it finally? Well, that's going to take quite some time considering how much is in there. I mean, it's solid. You can see though it pulls towards the CPH. So this side isn't completely blocked, but if I go over here, you can see that side is completely full. So it's filling that up. You can see how the tendrils sort of bend towards the CPH. It's a very graceful bend, but you can see just how much that thing wants to get to that CPH. It might have even broke through underground here. So, you know, who knows if it does bust through the wall. So if it finds a way to get through that wall, I might have tendrils poking up, you know, somewhere in here. Somewhere in my base, there might be a tendril that comes up and goes in, which would kind of be bad for lithium here, because, you know, it would poke through in here. So that'll give me a good idea whether or not it's coming through. It doesn't look like it is, which is good news. That's good news. We want to keep it contained in there as much as we can. And there's the hive that almost took us out. Yeah, it's a lake of resin right now. And that is why I made sure we had some way to get power down there, because I could put conduits on each one of these, and that would send enough power down to start eating away at the resin. So it would slowly create little bubbles down there of empty, you know, areas, and that would allow me to get down there and start increasing the capacity and move some more material around and clear out enough area, clear out enough space to actually, you know, fight back a little bit. But yeah, and then we're only a quarter done. I really don't want to sit here for an hour and show you the time lapse, though. That might be a little boring. So let's go check the query over here. Oh, I've got some worms over there. Query is at 3,400 and counting, and it's out of power. You can see the power. It is completely out of power. So this thing is pushing 50,000 power per second. This thing is pushing 50,000 power per second. Let's see. And this one down here is only pushing 50,000 power per second. So it's a little low. So anyway, some noisy people outside. So yeah, it is consuming over 150,000 power per second right now. Now, if I could, again, I'd like to make this a multi-block. I have a big query update coming, and I think I'm going to make the Mark IV. I think I'm going to make the Mark IV multi-block, and so as such, you might want to destroy any Mark IVs before that update comes out. I'll blast on Twitter. I'll, you know, post on the mod update itself, letting everybody know that that's going to happen. But it's going to be a big update. It's going to be a big change. So I would recommend caution having a Mark IV in your base right now, because it might go away, or it might be replaced. I might just create a new entity, or create a Mark V with the same structure and maybe some more. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll do a Mark V, leave the Mark IV as it is, make a Mark V just as fast for digging, but allow it more options of ores to actually dig, as well as allow it to dig up uranium. Because this one doesn't dig up uranium. And I'm using uranium for my nuclear reactor. So I need to be able to mine all of that. So let's come back over here and see. Oh yeah, we're almost level now. I mean, it's so close. Okay, I'm gonna poke through here again and check how is this one do. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna put, how is this doing? I wish I could actually look in there. Which ones are actually contributing? Okay, I see what's going on. I want a second line in there. There we go. That'll help speed up this growth a little bit and spit one out this way too. Oh, we're growing it fast now. I'm gonna cover that all back up again. trust that very much. Now it should spit that out pretty quick. See if I can sneak out. Oh yeah. Pretty impressive amount of resin though. But we're about half done. No, actually a little more than half done. So yeah, it's almost done. I will let this run and then come back next episode. There's even a critter that spawned down there. Come back next episode and show the result after it's all processed. Not processed, after it's all done growing. So yeah, I'll have to let this run a little bit. And then next episode we'll take a peek at the depths that this thing can hit. Hopefully the system doesn't crash or we otherwise get bad segments upon doing that. I hope that, because that's pretty deep. That's a lot of area to generate, and I really don't want to go down there too fast. So I don't want to build lifts and stuff. That would be a nightmare. So I'm not going to do that, but I need to let everything grow and all that kind of stuff. So that will do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.